Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the Centurion 7-1. Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to look at the Cent 7-1 and how it's improved over the last few months. It has just been buffed again. It received a little nerf with the gun dispersion, but not too much. Now the turret on this thing has been buffed. A few updates ago it also got a massive buff with the speed. It goes an extra 10 kilometers per hour. Now the speed for me was what made it meh. It was always a good tank, but I didn't really enjoy it. I loved playing the FV4-202 because it had that speed, and this was sort of it was a bit sluggish. But Wargaming have now upped that speed. It now goes sort of 50 kilometers per hour, which is really quick for the size of this tank. Now it's also had a turret buff as well, a gun mantlet buff, but the accuracy is a bit worse, but not too much that you really feel that. So the turret on this thing is now 254 millimeters, and that is quite a lot, especially when you're up against tier 8 tanks and you're using the full 10 degrees of gun depression. So yeah, it's an amazing tank. It does only have 2,500 DPM. Reload is 8 seconds. Now you could run it. I'm not sure why I'm not running it with the calibrated shells. I'd definitely recommend running it with the calibrated shells, just because of the HE, which we'll speak about, and we always speak about the HE on this thing because this is what makes the tank. So with the calibrated shells, you're looking at 2,367 DPM, 8.8 seconds reload. The aim time 3.2, and the dispersion has gone from to 0.326, and of course it does have 10 degrees of gun depression, and now, as I've said, it goes 50 kilometers per hour. So the Hesh on this thing is absolutely amazing, and you can see the penetration is 231 millimeters. Even the cheap Hesh is 116. Now I don't run any cheap Hesh because for me I've got almost 300 million credits. I don't care about losing credits in this thing, and this tank has always been about that Hesh. Yes, the DPM is low. The DPM is low for a medium tank, so you need to pick your tanks wisely. You really need to pick your tanks wisely because you want to be shooting as much Hesh as you can, like high risk, high reward kind of thing. And this is what this tank has always been about. If without the Hesh, this tank is meh. Now you do have the option to play it with the heat gun, which of course you get more heat pen and you can penetrate more things, but it's no fun. It is no fun. This tank is all about the Hesh. Now, of course, the DPM is only sort of 2,300, but if you just fire Hesh only, I mean, this game we're almost pretty much going to fire all Hesh. I think we're going to have one APCR round, but the rest of it is all Hesh, and because of that, our DPM actually pumps up to almost 4,000. So that's a big difference. If you can get that Hesh, you can do over 500 damage per shot. Now we are going to get a shot there in the K91. I didn't want to risk the Hesh there, and I think we're actually going to get one more Hesh in, but not quite yet. So you can see the CDC there again, 448 alpha. That's heavy damage. That is heavy damage in a medium tank. Now we have switched to the APCR because of we're only getting the tracks of these guys. I don't want to risk just splashing them with HE and doing no damage. And of course, when they're a one shot, I'm going to go push forward because there's quite a few tanks around here. We need to clear as many as we can. And now the Object 84 is a one shot, but now we're going to switch to the Hesh. We do take a shot from that guy, but we've now got the AMX 5100 down to a one shot. There goes the Object, and we do manage to clear this guy. So there's only been a minute and a half gone on the clock. There goes the Waffle. The Waffle is about to die, but just look at the Hesh pen. I mean, you can pen. That was a silly shot. I was moving. I was about to get around him, and I was like, yeah, no, there's an Emil there. I am not going. So I just back up, and again, I use that gun depression. We do get shot, and we're only on 8 hit points, but now I know that the K91 is on a reload. We can push forward, and even at that angle, we can still penetrate his lower plate with that Hesh. And this is why I just truly love Hesh. You can really pump up your damage, and most of the time you're not quite aware of the damage that you put out. I mean, 2 minutes gone on this game and we've got 4k damage, easy. Easy 4K damage that was. And like I said, we only shot twice on the AP, or sorry, the APCR. One didn't pen, and the other was just a side track shot into the object. So that was an easy 4K, easy first class. And you do this many times. It's not like just a one-off. Of course, against tier 8, you're going to be able to pen a lot of tanks. When you're up against tier 10, of course, there are heavily armored tanks that you can't pen frontally, but just get around them. It doesn't matter what tank it is. Even in tier 10, you have the same gun as the FV4202. You have exactly the same gun. So I think you have even the same penetration, but yet you're a tier below. So you're going to still be able to pen the tier 10s and just get around them. E100s, get around them, no problem. IS4s, get around them, no problem. You can pen it from the side or the rear, and that's what you need to do with this tank. And that's why the speed boost the speed buff that Wargaming gave this tank really has made that difference, because you've now got that ability, that mobility, sorry, to get around these tanks that used to struggle to get around. So this battle here, we're going to push forward, and I mean, we do get spotted from the waffle, and we just snapshot there. Nice HE. He's not running the spool liner, which is great for us, but he is going to get a shot into us, and we're just going to get that shot in there. A bit of a low roll, but we'll take it. We will take it. And now the E2 is pushing forward, and you can just see like every part of him is HE-able, or heshable, should I say. And now he's got no choice. He's a one shot, but we are going to get the shot into him, and we're going to clear him. Like a minute gone, and there is now one tank down. And we know that the waffle is very low hit points as well. So he's pushing up, doesn't want to sit there. He wants to go with his team. So I'm just going to sit in the middle here and try and get some side shots, because that is the best position for this tank. If you can get on a ridge line, get around tanks. I mean, sitting in front of them is not the best of choices. You need to get around them. You're going to have more chance of penning that HE if you get around them. There's the 50 TP, no problem. 500 Hesh damage to him, and that is from the side. And this is why you need to try and get around these guys as much as possible. And look at that, everything is grey, even with the HE. I think it would even be grey with the cheap HE, but we're a gold noob, you know. We're still going to run the expensive HE in this thing. So it's a fun tank to play now. I mean, it's always been a fun tank to play. We're going to stupid miss there, but we do want to kind of get out the way, because we are pretty level. It's a 5 versus 5, and I don't want to lose any hit points that I don't need to lose. And now the Lerva, again, you're going to see it, no problem penning the side of him there. And yeah, that's quite a lot of damage. So we've now pumped up 3k damage. We're going to get to the side of him. We're going to get one more shot, 470 alpha. And even this guy, the 50 TP, if you look, bottom plate, well, we're not using the HE at the moment, but we do get shot, unfortunately, which now pushes us down to a one shot. We're trying to back up because we're not sure where he's going, and as soon as he starts going down the other way, we are just going to now push forward. And at this point, we're on 3.8k damage. We're going to clear the Yo there. That is our second kill, and it's just 2 tanks left alive. So yeah, always use the HE on this tank. It's much more fun. It really is a fun tank to play when you are using the HE on this thing. It makes the tank. Of course, the other gun is still good, but it's not as fun. It really isn't as fun as this gun. Now, of course, I haven't been able to really play the tank to its advantages with the gun depression and with the turret armor. We do get a bounce there from the Chimera, luckily, to keep us alive. But now he's a one shot. He's just pushing forward. He knows it's a game over, and we do manage to take him out for it. Our 4th kill, and again, a pretty decent battle. And we pumped up that damage very easily because of the Hesh. Without the Hesh, this tank is no fun. No Hesh, no fun. That is what this tank is. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm meadsy69, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.